Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be reading, today's going to be the first of my Weird Wednesday reads. Now, if you're coming in from the pick cards or the true crime, then this may not be suitable for you. So yeah, don't, if you're not into it, then yeah, move on. But I feel like this is all the weird stuff. So sometimes it'll be a little bit weird, sometimes it'll be a lot weird. So yeah, this will be, I look forward to doing these, and we're going to delve into different mysteries or different woo-woo things, and we're just going to have a look and we're going to ask the cards questions. So if there's anything that you're into, that you've got questions on, yeah, comment down below and I can ask them in the Weird Wednesday chats. Okay, so today we're going to talk about AI. Now, artificial intelligence, I feel like it's becoming a very big part of our world. So, and I'm going to keep the intros very brief so we can get into the actual read. Now, I feel like, yes, the chat GPT is quite a big thing at the moment. And I feel like, yeah, there's so many other, this year, I'm amazed at how much AI is really part of our lives now. But Elon Musk has come out and he's saying it's like summoning the devil, summoning a demon. And Musk and Steve Wazniak are concerned about the AI will take over the population. So it's like they're worried about it's going to get out of control. It could get sentient, or it could get out of control, and it's going to be, we need to rein it in. We need to do something about it. What they've asked for is a 6 months hold on it, or a freeze on it, on this technology, so that way they can implement some, maybe some restrictions or some kind of laws or something around the area. It's like it's taking off too quickly, and before we can catch up with the laws or catch up with it. And I feel like, yeah, they're very worried about it. So anyway, but I like AI. I use it for different things, for work. And yeah, I just want to have a look. I want to know if we're summoning the demon by using it. So yeah, and I'm going to have a look at those questions. So let's have a look. So first of all, I'm going to just check in with my cards, make sure that this is something that I can check in with my cards, just asking if this is something that I'm okay to ask on. Okay, so the cards are saying caution. We do need to be cautious. It's saying there's cautious. And this here is the card of there's more out there. So it's going to get bigger. It's going to get much bigger. There's so much more out there. But this is also my dimensional card. So this is like my aliens card. So it's, we haven't asked a question about summoning anything, or, haven't gone that deep into if it's coming from technology from other dimensions or other beings or something. I haven't even got those questions on the list, but we could ask. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, it is telling me we need to be cautious with this. Now, I just want to make sure that I'm safe to be asking these questions and looking into this situation. So just checking in with my cards if that's something that I'm going to be able to look into. Am I going to be able to ask? Okay, they're saying it's toxic. They're saying this situation is toxic and I need to retreat. Okay, they're saying, yeah, retreat from it, and that it's toxic. Okay. I never get this when I asked. Okay, and this is very, very, okay. Now I'm going to skirt around the edges of this because I've got the card of lock the door. Lock the door is what it's saying. That energy is a little evil and I need to lock the door on it. So I'm not going to be asking about demons. Definitely not. I'm closing the door on that and I'm locking it and throwing away the key. I don't want to ask that at all. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to ask it. And yeah, I think that's what they're trying to tell me. So I'm going to ask, can I look into AI on a different level? Can I look at AI and humanity? Okay, cards. Can I ask the question about AI and how it's going to affect humanity? Can I ask that? Okay. So I've got the card of being tied down, and keep it to yourself. Okay, so keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself always comes up for me when I'm asking a question that I shouldn't be talking about. Why is there such I really want to get answers, but I'm wondering why there's like a barrier, why they don't want to let me in. I don't want to go there by the looks of those other cards when we're talking about summoning anything. But it's also telling me there's some kind of blockages getting into it as well. So I wonder if it's really intelligent, like if it's okay. Can I ask if it's creative? AI comes from an even more intelligent species, like some form of intelligence. Okay, so it's bigger. It's much bigger, and I feel like it's an industry. It's coming from maybe the tech industry is what I'm getting. So this here is like talking about to me, it's like the industry of iron, like the ages that we've been through. So how we went through like the coal, like rail industrialization, and then we went into the tech bubble. I feel like it's just saying that this is like another stage to the whole tech industry. Bigger, but much bigger. Okay. It's safe for humans to use AI. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is something about energy. Okay, what I'm feeling about where this is going to be like a symbiosis or a symbiotic relationship. I feel like one's going to be using the other, so it could be both ways. I'm probably not getting both ways, but I'm feeling like it's like a symbiotic relationship. It will become, so it's going to get bigger, and it's going to morph into like a bit of a symbiotic relationship between humans and AI. So it's like one will use the other, or one needs the other, or it's like that perhaps they both need each other. So it's like we're going to be very reliant on AI, so we're really going to need AI, but I feel like AI is also getting something out of us as well. It's like, because this is my card of getting energy from something, when you're taking energy from something. So I feel like it's going to be like a relationship, a symbiotic relationship is what I'm hearing. So whether that's one thing is taking something from the other, or it's both of them are going to be reliant on each other. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm getting with that one. Okay, will AI become sentient? Please, will AI become sentient? Okay, will AI become sentient, please? Okay. Okay, so I feel like there's going to be something exposed, or something coming to light about the way AI works, or the plans for AI. I feel like there's something hidden there that is going to be exposed. But I also feel like it's AI. I feel like it needs humans, or it needs some kind of recharging. So it's like I'm getting again where I said the last energy. It needs us for energy, or it needs something about energy, or that symbiotic relationship. I am getting again. This is when your cup's full of energy. So it's like it fuels from, perhaps it's fueling from humans. Maybe there is going to be some kind of way humans plug in, or as somehow it's like, I don't want to say harvest, although the card that I had previously was a field for harvest, and I didn't mention that card. It was the card where you see the field, and it can also mean harvest. But I feel like somehow it needs us as well. Like, I feel like the relationship's going to be quite entangled between AI and humans. So I feel like it's going to be like we need it for everything that it's doing for us, but somehow it needs us as well. And I feel it's got to do with energy. So whether there's a way of plugging in or something, it's somehow it needs our energy of some sort. I don't know what kind of energy that means, or what that is exactly, but maybe it could be our genes, like our storage capacity, like our DNA holds a lot of storage. So maybe it needs us for to plug in and store data or something. But I feel like there's going to be, it's like here, it gets its cup filled from us. So we get from it, we rely on it. We're going to be so reliant on it that's going to be really even more so than what it is now. It's going to get bigger, and I feel like, but somehow we're going to be sacrificing something as well. So I feel like it's going to be taking something from us as well. I'm really feeling that relationship and that connection. But I feel like where I said, is it going to become sentient? I'm not getting that it's sentient. I'm getting that it takes its energy still from humans. So somehow, and when I say energy, I don't know if I mean like a battery energy, like the Matrix, or if it's like the data. So it's using like the data for storage, data from our DNA somehow. So I feel like, yeah, in the future it's going to be, we will play a useful part in that way. In somehow, AI will become so big that somehow the human body or the DNA will be useful to AI for it to move forward. Now here I've also got the recharge, so it's like a whole recharge. So it's like, how do I explain that? So it's a recharging, so like a charging is what I'm getting. It's that the card's called recharge. So to me that sounds like is, when your phone goes flat and you've got to recharge it. So I feel like somehow the human is going to be used like a battery. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like that's kind of the symbiotic relationship somehow. And God, I know how that's going to work. I don't like the idea of it at all, but I feel like that's what the cards are saying. It's going to expose to us how the energy that it will take, or the energy that it needs, or the data or the storage that it needs, and how important humans are for that recharging portion of AI. So I asked if it's going to be sentient. I'm not getting that it's going to be sentient. I'm getting that it's still going to need humans for the purpose of the recharge or the data storage or the DNA somehow. So somehow we're going to be able to plug into it somehow, or it plugs into us somehow. It's some kind of symbiotic relationship like that is what I'm getting about that. Okay, so the next question that I have, will AI ever get out of human control? Will AI ever get out of human control? Please. Okay, there's a lot of cards here. Okay, here's the charge up card again, the charging. So will it get out of human control? Okay. Now I've got the development card here and the self-development card, so I don't know if that's like a, God, thank God that wasn't awareness. I thought that was my awareness card here, and sitting above that was self, so I thought it was going to say self-aware. It's not saying self-aware, it's something about the development. It will develop, it's going to develop, it'll become a lot more developed. Still, it's needing that charging, but I feel like, and there's new beginnings coming around us, but I'm feeling like, again, I'm getting drawn back into the whole battery thing, and I wasn't hoping to go here at all. Like, I wasn't thinking about any of this. This is nowhere where I was going to go with these questions. But again, it's only because I've got the charging pod. Maybe something to do with a charging pod. Yeah, maybe it's something. Maybe AI will be some kind of charging pod. A charging for, devices that we don't have to plug into anymore. Maybe it's somewhere we go and sit in and charge up our own energy. Maybe while we're in there charging up our energy, that's when we're kind of like plugged into the AI somehow. And I'm going far, far woo-woo here. Okay, but I'm getting something about charging and the pod. So sitting in a pod, charging is what I'm getting here. Okay, so it says it's a favourable outcome is what it's saying, and I can't remember the question that I asked. Will it ever get out of our control? That's what I asked. Okay. So I think it's going to split. The technology is going to split in some way. So it's going to split. So whether you'll get like people that have good intentions that will be working on bettering things for humanity. Things will get better for us. Like, we'll be able to use it in a positive way, use it for ways that are beneficial to us, things that benefit us. But on the other hand, there may be parts of that are not quite beneficial, that we're not made aware of. But I feel like also it could be maybe another group of people where it splits could be taken on and working on things that are not so good, the outcome's not so good. So I feel like the whole technology some way is going to have some kind of split. It's going to be split down the middle on like the good guys and the bad guys, or I feel like it's going to go in two different directions, AI. So it's not just one technology. AI overall is just not one thing. I feel like the whole thing's going to split. So there's going to be like a version that's beneficial for humans to use. It's going to be beneficial for our everyday lives. But on the other hand, I think they're going to start using AI for other areas. So maybe that's a way that controls humans. So, and I'm not saying that it's like the AI controlling humans. It could be like the controllers, the people, the whoever controls the governments, even whoever controls the people will use AI to get better control of the people that way. So that's what I'm feeling like when I ask, is AI going to get out of control? Well, that's how I feel like it's going to split. In one way, it'll be beneficial still. We'll be using it the way we're using it, but it'll be better. We'll have things like we can plug in and like cordless, like there'll be no cords. We won't have to plug into anything. It'll be somehow we can charge up in a way, like we'll have pods or something to charge, whether that's charging our devices or charging our energy, I'm not certain. But I see sitting in a pod to charge up. But then I also feel, and they're things that we'll find useful, like humans will find useful, but I feel like there's a whole nother way that AI is going to be used as well that's got a dark energy to it as well. And I feel like there's research being done around this already. I do, and I feel like, and this one here's the toxic card as well. So sitting right next to that is the toxic card. So I do feel like some people are already paying scientists to look into other uses of AI. That's already floating around, I think. I feel like, and that's when the question is, will AI get out of control? Well, yeah, it will get out of control. It'll be a way to control the human population because it's already underway. They're already looking for ways that they can harness the technology in a way that better suits the controllers or the government or those kind of people. While also the scientists are working on ways it's going to become more fluent around us. It's going to get bigger around us, and I think we're going to get some really, really great technology in years to come. I think it's really big. Now, I'm not touching on any of the summoning whatever or what we're actually doing when we're plugging in or when we're using the technology. I'm not going into that because the cards said not to. They said they warned me off looking into that, and I'm not going anywhere near it. So I'm not saying I might ask for me personally. For me, because what you do is completely your own choice. But for me personally, is it safe for me to use AI technology? And I use a few bits of AI technology at the moment, but I'm going to ask, is it safe for me to use that technology, please? Okay. There's a hidden aspect to that technology. Okay, so it's a freedom to enjoy. At the moment, there is a freedom to enjoy it. So I feel like at the moment it's not too catastrophic. This is a catastrophic card. At the moment, it's not catastrophic. At the moment, we've got that freedom to enjoy it at the moment. I feel like, there is a hidden aspect, like I talked about in the last spread, that there is scientists or there's people being paid to work on a way of controlling the populations or using it for their own agendas or whatever. But I feel like, at the moment, like it's masked. I feel like it's coming out as one thing, but it's quite possibly got undertones of being something completely different, is what I'm getting, because I've got the mask card here as well. At the very moment, it says there's freedom to enjoy. So it's okay to enjoy it and use it at the moment. Doesn't mean, but I feel like there's hidden aspects to it, what's going to be coming out in the future. There'll be hidden aspects to what's going on underneath, how it's made, how it's created, you know, by charging and plugging in, what it's actually doing to us. Is it really beneficial to us? But it's saying at the moment, right at the moment, there's a freedom to enjoy it at the moment, but there's still some kind of hidden aspects to it. It's saying there's still hidden aspects to it that could be not quite legit or not quite in our best interest. Again, it's like there's a whole hidden mask to it, and I think that is and that's already here. Like I think we just have to be very careful how we use it. We've got to be very careful how we use it. And I'm getting that is AI in the way it is right now. There's still an element underneath. There's an element underneath it that's hidden or masked. So whether it's getting smarter by the more we use it, the more we enjoy it, like the freedom that we all got at the moment to use it and enjoy it, because that's where we are right now. It's like a whole freedom. There's no restrictions around it whatsoever. It's like we've got this freedom to use it right now, and I feel like at the moment, but there's some underlying reasons why that is the way that it is at the moment. So maybe the more we use it, the more it works out our habits or the way we think. So maybe that's why we're all free to use it right now, because it's learning about us. Like the AI technology itself, it learns from what we request or our habits. But I think that's already underlying. That's already happening right now. It's underlying of it already right now. I feel like this is the destruction card. So I feel like the way we use it now is going to be different to the way we're going to be using it in the future. There's some kind of destruction coming up to the freedom of use the way we use it now. There's not always going to be that freedom of use. It's going to be either detrimental to use, or it's going to be restrictions to use, or not safe to use. But I feel like at the moment it's still growing and evolving from the way we use it, and the freedom that we have to use it now is because it needs the input of the whole population. It's like it wants us all to try it and get to know us all in a way. So work out what our habits are, what our thought patterns are, the kind of questions that we asked, things like that. But I feel like it's learning from that. But I feel like there's a hidden aspect or an underlying motive to why that is so free at the moment. Why it's so free at the moment to do that. But I feel like it will bring catastrophic results for some reason. There's going to be some kind of downfall to that. So in some way, something's going to be a downfall. It could be the downfall of humanity. It could be the downfall of the product itself. It could be the downfall to the freedom of it, the way it's being used right now. There could be more restrictions on it. But I think in the future there's going to be some kind of downfall or some kind of tower chaos kind of moment around it that's going to change the way it's done. That could even be the split that we spoke about before, the way it will split, and one direction will go on for humanity to continue using to be beneficial, and on the other hand it will be like a dark underground way it's used. So whether that's already going on right now, I feel like it probably could be, but I feel like there's a whole split to the narration of it. Like there's a split to what the overall end goal is for AI. I believe that. I feel like some scientists have this idea for it, and then other scientists have a different idea altogether, and that's what the cards are saying. So that was my quick little Weird Wednesday chat. If you have any questions or anything that you find weird or unsolved or mysterious and you'd like me to ask questions on it, just put a comment in the comments below and I can ask the cards.